We have two more problems that we're just doing for practice. The first one is 4 digits by 1 digit. Raise your hand if you can tell me, how should I make my area model? How should I make my area model? Lily.
For 7,654 times 6, you would make a long box and put 3 lines in it to make 4 dots.
That's right. I need 4 across, and do I need it 1 story or 2 stories? 1 story, because I just have a 1-digit factor here. Okay? Oh, come show me.
No, can I go to how so I don't see the answer?
Yeah. So, breaking apart this. By place value. Okay, and now this is the vital part. Do we know 7 times 6? Raise your hand. What is 7 times 6? 42. So it's 42, and then we need to add 3 zeros. Ricky, why are you not writing this down, bud? Okay, this is a clean sheet of paper. These are 2 new problems. Okay, and then what about this one? What is 6 times 6? How many zeros should I add?
2.
Okay, what is 6 times 5?
30.
How many zeros should I add?
1.
And what is 6 times 4?
24.
Okay, so I need to take my partial products, and I need to add them all together. And I should get 45,924. Put your thumb in the air if you got 45,924. Okay, if you did not get 45,924 and you know what mistake you made, put your thumb sideways. Okay, if you did not get it and you don't know where you messed up, put your thumb down. So, all right, where did we mess up? Lily?
I didn't line them up correctly, and so I thought
Go sit up there then.
3 would, and so I put the 3 in the thousands.
Oh, so did you have an extra 0 or did you just write it down not lined up? Okay, so that's an easy fix. We have to make sure we're lining up our numbers by place value when we're adding. Lily, if it helps you, you could even do 2 and then add 2 more. Does that make sense to break it down if that makes it easier? Stella, what was your error?
It was in the hundreds. I knew it was 9, but I accidentally put 6.
Okay, so you added 6 and 3 and put 6?
Yeah.
Okay, an easy error. So that's what I'm trying to say. Most of us know these steps, but we're just making silly errors. Okay, so I just want to encourage you to please, please, please check yourself on every step. Check your multiplication fact and check your addition. Ella, where was your error?
It was in the thousands place, and I didn't add 3 zeros. I added just 2.
Okay, I'll check this one. You only added 2 zeros. Okay, you have to make sure that you're adding the correct number of zeros. Okay, so let's do another one like that. Another 4 by 1, now that we've all analyzed where our errors were. Okay, everyone's trying this one now that we can analyze where our errors were. Okay, Trista, I'm going to go ahead and approve you. You can go back to class. You have it? You have a question? partial products are correct. I'm not checking the addition.
Don't forget to turn
You're
your
not going to be
thesis
able to use
statement
that
page
fact
in.
chart on your test, so put it away. We have to have a strategy for getting our facts. Okay, let's look at this one together. So you needed to have, again, the same box. Breaking apart 8,365 by place value. 8,000 plus, please don't disrupt what I'm doing, plus 300 plus 60 plus 5, and then over here you have your 7. Okay, I liked how I walked around, and most of you had that 7 times 8 is 56, and you need to add your 3 zeros. Then we have 7 times 3 is 21, and you add your 2 zeros. Then we have 7 times 6 is 42, and add 1 zero, and 7 times 5 is 35. Now we need to add together our partial products. Again, just make sure that you're lining them up correctly.
You want to write it together? Okay, so what is
And you should end up with 58,555.
not y?
Okay?
What you're just stating.
All right. Again, thumbs in the air if you got that correct. Thumbs to the side if you didn't get it correct, but you know what your error was. And then thumbs down if you don't know what your error was and you didn't get it right. MJ, what was your error? So you wrote the problem down wrong. Okay, did you redo it when I pointed that out to you? And then did you get it right? Okay. Ella?
I added one.
Okay, did you line them up wrong or just didn't add your numbers right? Okay, so I want to encourage you to, if you need to just take like 2 of the partial products and add those together.
I put the wrong digit.
You wrote it down wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can add the partial products this way. Okay, you don't have to add them all together at one time unless you're comfortable and confident with that. But if you're making errors in your addition, you may want to do this. Okay? Okay, let's look at the 2 by 2 that I gave you. That was 42 times 57. Describe what your box should look like. What should your box look like? Addie?
Your box should be stressful. A square.
Yeah, it's 2 stories. So it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Yes, ma'am?
I think of it as like a window.
Yeah, it looks like a window. Okay, I like to put my first factor along the left. You don't have to because of the commutative property, but if you do it like I do it, then our partial products will be in the same place. Okay, everyone should be looking at this problem and making sure they got it right. I see people in the front of the room who are not paying attention. So 4 times 5 is 20. How many zeros should I add?
2.
4 times 7 is 28. How many zeros?
1.
5 times 2 is 10. How many zeros?
1.
2 times 7 is 14. So just to be sure that we're all understanding, I do 40 times 50, then 40 times 7, then I do 2 times 50 and 2 times 7. So, Ray, put your thumb in the air if you had these same 4 partial products. If you didn't have them, do you know what you did wrong? Okay, then we need to take our partial products and add them together. Again, you can add 2 at a time, or you can add 3 at a time, or 4 at a time. You just need to make sure that you're adding them all. Okay, did you get 2,394?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about, there's a question on the test that asks you to describe the strategy that you've used. Okay, so what is the first step in our strategy? What is the first thing that you need to put there? What is the first thing you need to put there? I only have 4 hands up. Lily? No, what is the first step of my strategy? That is what we draw, but that's really not like the strategy. We've talked about it. I've gone over it on the test. What is it? Stella comes?
Is it for the ran or
The strategy. Okay, everyone say it with me. Step 1, break apart your numbers by place value. Say it again. Break apart your numbers by place value. Okay, Nolan, what's step 1? Break your numbers apart by place value. And what's even better than that is break apart each factor by place value. Okay, Stella F, what's the first step?
break apart your number by place value?
Break apart each factor by place value. What is the second step? Carter Nelson. Multiply each part of the first factor by each part of the second factor. Say it with me. Multiply each part of the first factor by each part of the second factor. Okay, so step 1 is break apart the numbers by place value. Step 2, multiply each part of the first factor by each part of the second factor. And then what is step 3? Add your partial products. Okay, that is how you need to answer it on the test. Your ticket out of here is to name those the 3 steps. Everyone, step 1, say it together. Okay, step 2. Not the first factor. Each part by each part of the second factor. You have to say the each part. And then your last step? Okay, if this is not your homeroom, you may go back to your homeroom.